Hey folks, so I thought we could have a look at a case study of a UK city where there's been some regeneration. And this is Brighton Marina. So it's a really nice, easy one if you need a case study for this. So we're just going to keep it simple. We'll call it the regeneration. Regeneration means to improve something, to make it better, of Brighton Marina. Now I actually do take my students here for field work, so this is one that's really familiar to them, and it's about change in a UK city. Brighton and Hove is a UK city by the sea, so what I'm going to do to start with is just draw a very sort of basic kind of shape of a marina. So imagine it sort of goes along there, and then we've got another harbour arm coming out over here. Here we go, and then it sort of heads off there. Okay, so Brighton Marina is set away slightly from the main city area. It has been around for quite a long time. In fact, if we do like a before and after, so if we pop before over here and then after over there. There we go. So what was it like? I mean, I grew up in Brighton part of my childhood, and I remember it well. You know, it was a place for sailors. So it was a kind of for yachts and sailors. There were lots of boats there. There was a supermarket. I think Asda was there, and there was a cinema. But it was very, very basic. It wasn't really a destination. It wasn't somewhere that people really wanted to go. There was fishermen, definitely, lots of fishermen and women, I should say, or fishing people was fishing, and there was, yeah, as I said, a supermarket, so that was accessed by local people, and then they started doing some developments. They started building some homes, but these homes were, this is all cliff at the back here. In fact, I might just put that there. It's quite a substantial cliff. These homes were kind of backing onto the cliff, and they didn't have great views. So what they have done since, so this is part of a £250 million development. In fact, let's just, oh gosh, I nearly did a US dollar sign. £250 million development. Now it's stage 1 is complete and stage 2 is in the process. So there's lots of things that have been going on. If we just put some kind of building shapes in here, and then we've got our jetties as well. And off each jetty there's lots of space for moored boats. There we go. Yeah, so sort of you can see now a bit more that it is a marina. Okay, so think a bit like in Dubai with the beautiful apartments and things. They would like to get to that. They would like to have those big skyscrapers. At the moment they have got some pretty impressive luxury, let's write that down, luxury apartments, you know, all with beautiful sea views. Looking that way's looking west and that way's looking east, uninterrupted sea views, absolutely beautiful. Luxury apartments, but they do come with a hefty price tag, so you can be expecting to spend millions on those ones. In the marina itself, so over here and on the boardwalk, this area here is really nice to walk around on. You've got 30 new restaurants, and some of those are multinational corporations, so they've got, restaurants in lots of different countries, and you'll recognise some of the names of those. And also, let's put it down here, 28 new shops. Okay, so this is now somewhere to come and eat. It's somewhere to go shopping. It's somewhere to spend your Sunday or your weekend. It's a venue. It's become a destination. But not only that, they have built new homes as well. So we've got the luxury apartments, but there are 853 new homes, and 40% of those are affordable. okay, or supposedly affordable. That means they're more reasonably priced, so more people could buy them. And remember, they're doing all of this on what is a brownfield site. Brownfield is the opposite of greenfield. Brownfield site has already been built on. That means it's better for the environment. We're not using pristine green spaces. This is perfect venue to be working on and improving. And everything here is solar energy powered. So, excuse me. Yeah, so it's powered by solar energy. So we can put that over here. Solar energy powered. If they needed additional electricity, then they could easily use the wind farm. So out at sea, let's just draw one, shall we? Out at sea, we've got something called Rampion Wind Farm. Okay, and that's an incredible wind farm project with loads and loads and loads of wind turbines. So there's potential there for more electricity if needed. So let's look at another positive, a social positive now. Obviously we've got the recreational space, which is brilliant, but we know there's issues in Brighton with some unemployment issues and some homelessness issues. This has created 300 new jobs, and that's not in the just in the construction phase. That's actually 300 new jobs within the restaurants and the shops and the entertainment facilities. This in turn helps the multiplier effect, which, if you remember, that's a really good word to use in your exam, by the way. That's where the money filters down, doesn't it, into the local economy by those people having jobs. So then they spend money in the local economy, and so on and so on. So this is a really good redevelopment of what was quite a drab area beforehand. It was just a marina, just with some sailors and people fishing. Whereas now it's a venue. If you're familiar with the south, it's a kind of like Gunwharf Quays. It's sort of headed that way. But there are some negatives. So let's just remember, if we get an evaluate question, we want to be able, don't we, to talk about the negatives, or on the other hand. So there aren't many, because it's really good. But we can say that the new homes are expensive. Even the affordable ones are still quite expensive. So that means less people are able to buy them, yeah? And a lot of them have restricted views, okay, restricted views. So they might be facing that cliff, like we talked about, and therefore, you know, they're quite, you don't want to open your window and not have much space between you and a cliff. It's very not good for mental health and things like that, and people's investments as well. Not only that, but there's a real lack of green space in this development. They had opportunities to plant more trees, to have grassy areas, and it hasn't been done. Even, I think the largest grassy space is the middle of the roundabout on one of the roads, kind of over here. So we can also say there's a bit of a lack of green space. So yeah, we can say there's a real lack of green space. It's all very well if you are visiting for the day or the weekend, but if you're living there, I think residents would prefer there to be more green space. And then if we just link it back to some of the issues we know about Brighton, we know that 1 in 69 people are actually homeless, which is a high number. It's the highest outside of London. And this does not help those people at all. There is really not enough facilities or support for that community. So 1 in 69 people are homeless in Brighton. Okay, and it's not enough. Sort of, if they'd made affordable homes in the state of like flats and things like that, then it would have been more suitable, but they haven't. Okay, so the price of them is too high. So there you go. This is regeneration of an urban area, okay, of Brighton Marina, and you've got the before, you've got the after, and you've also got some negatives there. So just in a snapshot, if you needed that in paper 2 for an eye marker, if you point, evidence, explain, just a few of these, it'll get you there.